Dobre jutro, tovarishi! Welcome to Fun Facts Friday with Uncle Joe. Today we're going to talk about important events in Russian history for you people back at home. Now we start with how many of you have heard the word bistro, as in restaurant. Why are we calling French restaurants bistro? I will tell you. After the War of 1812, when the great Russian army actually destroyed Napoleon and they were occupying Paris, they would enter, Russian soldiers would enter the French restaurants and yell bistro, bistro, which is Russian word for fast, which means serve me fast. But for whatever reason, they chose to keep the word and attach it to their bakery. So Russian word for fast is part of bakery. So that's what happened there. Doesn't make much sense. More facts that happened with the Russians was, as we all know about Rasputin, the Georgy Rasputin, the mad monk, the one who was partly responsible for the destruction of the Romanov dynasty. I find it very interesting that your Marvel Comics decided to take someone like Rasputin and make him the ancestor of a major character in your X-Men. That character would be Colossus. The gentleman right here, this is, yes, I have toy, I'm geek, it's okay. His name is Pyotr Nikolaevich Rasputin, and it is said that he is descendant of the Mad Monk, but was possibly wondering who it could possibly be his mother, because that Mad Monkey was quite promiscuous and he fooled around with everyone, so that's that. Now, we get on to with warfare. During Cold War, some people think that the Russians want to invade United States. Soviet Union did not want United States. As we say in Russia, soma shisha Americans. But if the Red Army, they do attack United States, we go to Kmart. And there, we buy tape recorder, and then we get potato chip, which we like to use to crack open bottle of Smirnoff, and then we get pretty hairbrush for girlfriend, and then we go home. We do not want United States. Now we talk about things that were happening during war. Let's talk about the rations, as in the food they ate. Not rations, not rations you eat, not rations, but rations. So it's rations. So we do so quickly it's rations, not rations. Now, Americans, what they had in their rations was they had very interesting thing. They had 2 packs Camel cigarettes in every day's rations for American GIs. Britain is a little more boring. They just had bully beef. In Russia, some of the Russian rations, every single day, what they had were 5 liters of vodka in the soldiers' rations for every single day. So it can be truly said that the Red Army defeated the Nazis while they were drunk. And now, one more thing we talk about. During the time of when Stalin was nationalizing everything, collectivization, back when things were changing in Russia, one thing that he chose not to do was to nationalize a specific company. That company was Smirnoff. Smirnoff was not nationalized. They chose not to touch their liquor. So that's the reason why it wasn't affected and why the quality still stayed the same for so many years. So those are a few things which happened in Russia over the last years that could affect things with United States. So there you go.